All right, so as you can probably see, the intake is now complete. So what I did, I got this 90-degree silicone 3-inch hose from Summit. So that's clamped onto the throttle body. And then I got an 18-inch long aluminum pipe that was also 3-inch to go into there, and that couples to the intake tube that came with it, which then goes into their coupler for the IAC, which goes into the AFM, and then the cone filters under there. So, unfortunately, as is with most projects that people do video of, they put the camera on a tripod or something, and they go in the car and they're like, let's see if it starts, and then they try to start it, and maybe explodes, or maybe it works. Unfortunately, I don't know where my tripod went. Obviously, if you go back and watch the video where I blew up the silver Subaru, you can see that I clearly had it then, because that's what that whole video was shot from. The bag for the tripod is in my room. The tripod itself is gone. I have no idea where it is. So, it did start. It idles fine. The only thing happened, there was a weird noise. And I was like, it sounds like a loose pulley. And what it was those water pump pulley bolts, I never tightened them. They were not even finger tight. They were just like threaded in there like 2 threads. So luckily, it didn't just like explode everything. And I just tightened those up, so now I should be able to start it again and it should be fine. I'm going to see if maybe I can rig something up here with this. I mean, that'll work, I guess. So here we go. I'm going to try to start it again, and it should start and just run perfectly fine this time. So there you go, engine's running, everything's spinning around. My airbag light was on for a second, and I was a little bit worried, but I don't know what it actually was, but it's fine now. I think it just probably had to like check the airbag existed, and it does, so it's fine. None of the fuel stuff is leaking, it looks like. I don't see any wet. I do hear what sounds like maybe some vacuumy leakage, but that might just be because it's got a completely different intake in it, and I don't know. But the only other thing I'll have to do is run it for a little while and then check the coolant, see if it needs any more. But yeah, the air filter's down in there, you can see a little bit of it. So, and it is a little ticky, but it's always been that way ever since about a million years ago. But it does seem to work. So, other than being a little ticky, it doesn't seem to have any issues. So, I don't know if I'm actually going to take it out of here today, or if I'll wait until I get the pulley on Monday. I'm probably just gonna leave it in there, because pretty much to get it out of the garage, I have to put the battery back on this, start it, like pull it up, and then back it out over there. Then I have to get this out. Then I want to push the silver Saab in here, and then put that back, and then put this back probably somewhere over where the B1 is, sort of, which I haven't officially put up for sale anywhere. But if anyone wants to buy that thing, I am kind of selling it like $4,500. It's got some rust, but it does run and drive well, and it's the only one in the state probably. They only made 10,000 of them. They only sold them in Japan, and I've got one here. It's got new wheels and tires on it, new air filter. So I feel like that's fair, considering like a pristine one of these would go for almost 10 grand, and you could probably put, especially if you could do the work yourself, you could barely put any work in or any money into it and get it almost perfect, other than some of the interior stuff. But as far as the rust, if you could do the rust repair and repaint it yourself, it wouldn't be that bad at all. But yeah, it's running, it's idling. It's idling at like 600 RPM, which is probably a little bit low. Yeah. But I know there's some stuff in the troubleshooting about like unplugging the IAC, unplugging the TPS and stuff like that to see like what it does. So I might okay, so with the IAC unplugged, nothing happens, nothing changes. I think that was one of the things it was asking about. So yeah, it's running, it's idling, so that's cool. All that's left is to get that smaller pulley so I can put the supercharger stuff on there, and then we'll be making boosts.